Part 1. The Abandoned Mansion. Emily and her friends Alex and Sarah were thrilled. Seekers who loved exploring abandoned places. They had heard rumors of a haunted mansion nestled deep within the woods, its dark history shrouded in mystery. Intrigued by the tales, they decided to embark on their most daring adventure yet. With flashlights in hand and hearts pounding, the trio ventured into the dense forest, guided by an old, faded map they had found. The path was treacherous, but their excitement propelled them forward. After hours of navigating through the undergrowth, they finally caught sight of the looming mansion. The old house stood eerily in the moonlit clearing, its windows broken and the ivy-covered walls sagging with neglect. A chill wind whispered through the trees, and Emily shivered, feeling a sense of foreboding. Unperturbed, Alex pushed open the creaking front door, revealing a dark, musty interior. As they stepped inside, their flashlights cast eerie shadows on decaying wallpaper and crumbling furniture. The air was thick with dust, and a pungent smell permeated the rooms. Emily's heart raced, her imagination running wild with tales of restless spirits that haunted the mansion. They made their way through the labyrinthine corridors, each step echoing ominously. The silence was broken only by the occasional scurrying of unseen creatures. In a room on the second floor, they discovered a dusty library filled with tattered books and ancient manuscripts. Sarah picked up a book titled The Secrets of Ravenswood Manor, its pages brittle with age. Curiosity getting the better of them, they began to read aloud, unaware of the dark magic they were about to unleash. The room suddenly grew colder, and a low moan echoed through the halls. Trembling, Emily dropped the book, and its pages fluttered open to a forbidden incantation. Before they could react, the mansion came alive. The doors slammed shut, trapping them inside. The walls groaned and shifted, and the floor beneath them trembled. Panic consumed them as they realized they had awakened an ancient evil lurking within the mansion's walls. They desperately searched for an escape, their pleas echoing through the haunted house. But the mansion seemed determined to keep them as its prisoners, its malevolent presence growing stronger with every passing moment. As the darkness closed in around them, they knew they had embarked on a terrifying journey from which they might never return. Part 2. The Haunting Shadows. Emily, Alex, and Sarah huddled together in the center of the room, their hearts pounding with fear. The mansion's malevolent energy intensified, and strange shadows danced across the walls, contorting into grotesque shapes. As the shadows grew bolder, they seemed to take on a life of their own, lashing out with icy tendrils. Emily felt a chill creep up her spine as one of the shadows reached out, grazing her arm. The touch sent a wave of terror through her, leaving her trembling. In their desperate search for an escape, they stumbled upon a hidden staircase leading to the basement. The steps were old and rickety, and the darkness below seemed impenetrable. Reluctantly, they descended into the abyss, their flashlights casting a feeble glow on the cold, damp walls. The air grew thick with a putrid stench, making it difficult to breathe. Muffled whispers echoed around them, whispering incomprehensible words that sent shivers down their spines. They pressed on, driven by their will to survive and escape the clutches of the haunted mansion. In the dim light, they discovered a chamber filled with arcane symbols and a weathered book of spells. It appeared to be a shrine to the very entity they had awakened. As they tried to make sense of the cryptic symbols, an ancient voice filled the room, chilling them to the bone. "Who dares disturb my slumber?" the voice hissed. the words dripping with venom. "You shall suffer for your insolence." Fear coursed through their veins as the shadows enveloped the room, their forms becoming more tangible. A swirling vortex materialized in the center, emanating a malevolent energy that threatened to consume them. Frantically, they chanted the only incantation they could find in the book, hoping to banish the evil presence. As they recited the words, the shadows wavered, and for a brief moment, it seemed as if their efforts had succeeded, but their relief was short-lived. The shadows roared back to life with renewed fury, retaliating against the intrusion. Emily, Alex, and Sarah found themselves trapped in an otherworldly battle, their voices drowned out by the cacophony of darkness. Part 3. The Descent into Madness. Emily, Alex, and Sarah fought desperately against the encroaching darkness. Their voices strained as they continued their incantation, but the malevolent shadows grew stronger, swirling around them with an unrelenting fury. It felt as though their very souls were being devoured by the abyss. Time lost all meaning as the trio struggled against the overwhelming forces within the basement. The walls trembled, threatening to collapse upon them, and the air grew thick with an unholy presence. They could feel their sanity slipping away, consumed by the horrors that surrounded them. In a last-ditch effort, Sarah remembered a talisman she had found earlier, an ancient artifact said to ward off evil spirits. She clutched it tightly and chanted a protection spell, pouring every ounce of her remaining strength into the words. The talisman glowed with a blinding light, momentarily dispelling the shadows. The sudden surge of power gave Emily and Alex a moment of respite, and they joined Sarah, forming a circle of protection. Together, they chanted, their voices trembling with determination. Slowly, the oppressive darkness began to recede, its hold weakening. With one final burst of energy, their collective incantation shattered the binding spell that had kept them captive. The basement trembled violently, and the shadows retreated, dissipating into nothingness. Gasping for breath, they collapsed to the cold floor, drained but alive. They cautiously made their way back up the stairs, stepping over the threshold of the basement and into the mansion's main hallway. The house remained eerily quiet, devoid of the supernatural presence that had tormented them. It seemed they had prevailed against the ancient evil that lurked within. As they ventured further into the mansion, they discovered clues about the mansion's dark past, a tale of a twisted family, unspeakable acts, and a curse that bound them to the house for eternity. The spirits of the tormented souls sought revenge, and the trio had unknowingly awakened their wrath. Armed with this newfound knowledge, Emily, Alex, and Sarah vowed to put an end to the curse and bring peace to the restless spirits. They scoured the mansion for hidden artifacts, secret passages, and forgotten rituals, piecing together a plan to break the chains that bound the vengeful souls to their tragic fate. But little did they know that their journey was far from over. The mansion had many secrets left to reveal, and the spirits, though weakened, were not yet ready to relinquish their hold on the living. The battle for survival was far from won, and their resilience would be tested in ways they couldn't possibly imagine. Part 4. The Curse Unleashed. Emily, Alex, and Sarah delved deeper into the secrets of the mansion, their determination unwavering, despite the lingering sense of dread that hung in the air. They knew that breaking the curse would require unraveling the dark history that had plagued the house for centuries. Their investigation led them to a hidden chamber, tucked away behind a false wall. Within its confines lay a decrepit altar adorned with forbidden artifacts, and a weathered diary belonging to the cursed family. As they read the diary's entries, the horrifying truth unfurled before them. Family who had once lived within these walls had dabbled in dark magic, seeking power and immortality. In their pursuit of forbidden knowledge, they made a pact with a malevolent entity, unknowingly inviting a terrible curse upon themselves and future generations. Their blood ran cold as they realized the true nature of the curse. It demanded a sacrifice, a pure and innocent soul, to satiate the entity's insatiable hunger. The curse had been dormant, waiting for an opportune moment to claim its next victim. The trio's intrusion had awakened its dark hunger once more, fueled by a mix of terror and determination. Emily, Alex, and Sarah knew they had to find a way to break the curse before it claimed them or any other unsuspecting souls. Guided by clues hidden within the diary, they embarked on a perilous quest to collect the necessary artifacts for a ritual of purification. Their journey took them through treacherous landscapes, haunted forests, and ancient crypts. They encountered grotesque creatures and spectral apparitions along the way, testing their courage and resolve. But the trio pressed on, unwilling to succumb to the curse's influence. As they assembled the artifacts and prepared for the ritual, a sense of urgency gripped them. They could feel the curse tightening its grip, its hunger growing more palpable with each passing moment. Time seemed to slip away, and the boundaries between the mortal realm and the ethereal became increasingly blurred. Finally, in the heart of the mansion, they stood before the cursed altar, ready to perform the ritual that would sever the ties binding the malevolent entity to the house. They chanted ancient incantations, their voices trembling but filled with a fierce determination. A surge of energy pulsed through the room, causing the very foundations of the mansion to shake. The entity, sensing its impending defeat, fought back with all its might. Shadows writhed and twisted, clawing at the trio, desperate to maintain its grip on their souls. But Emily, Alex, and Sarah refused to yield. Their collective willpower and the purity of their intentions overwhelmed the malevolence, shattering the curse once and for all. The mansion convulsed one last time before falling eerily silent, its haunting presence banished. Exhausted but triumphant, they emerged from the mansion, their hearts lighter with the knowledge that they had brought an end to the curse and released the tormented spirits trapped within. The sun bathed the world in its warm glow, a stark contrast to the darkness they had conquered. However, they couldn't shake the lingering unease that clung to their memories. The mansion's curse may have been broken, but its legacy would forever haunt them. They would carry the scars of their harrowing journey, a reminder of the fragility of the human spirit and the eternal struggle between light and darkness. Part 5. Echoes of the past. Months had passed since Emily, Alex, and Sarah had broken the curse that plagued the haunted mansion. Though they had achieved victory, a heavy shadow remained cast over their lives. Nightmares haunted their sleep, vivid visions of the horrors they had endured within the mansion's walls. They had hoped that their ordeal would be forgotten with time, that they could move on from the terrors that had consumed them. But the echoes of the past refused to fade away. Strange occurrences plagued their everyday lives. Objects moved on their own, whispers carried on the wind, and apparitions appeared fleetingly in their peripheral vision, desperate for answers and resolution. They sought the guidance of a renowned paranormal investigator. Together, they delved into the history of the cursed mansion and the malevolent entity that had held it in its grip for so long. The investigator revealed that the breaking of the curse had released not only the trapped souls within the mansion, but also the residual energy that had accumulated over the centuries. This energy lingered, manifesting in the form of ghostly apparitions and supernatural phenomena. To truly find peace, they had to confront the lingering spirits and help them find closure. Armed with newfound knowledge, Emily, Alex, and Sarah returned to the mansion one final time, not as trespassers, but as guides for the lost souls seeking release. In the darkness of the mansion, they encountered the tormented spirits, their spectral forms flickering in and out of existence. Each spirit had a tragic tale to tell, a story of sorrow, regret, or unfinished business. The trio listened with empathy and compassion, offering solace and understanding. As they guided the spirits through their respective journeys, the mansion's energy began to shift. The atmosphere lightened, and the unsettling occurrences gradually subsided. The spirits, finally at peace, dissipated into the ethereal realm, their restless souls finding solace at last. Emerging from the mansion one final time, Emily, Alex, and Sarah felt a weight lifted from their shoulders. The horrors that had once haunted them had been transformed into a sense of purpose, a newfound calling to help others caught in the grip of the supernatural. They continued their work as paranormal investigators, aiding lost souls and unraveling the mysteries of the unseen world. Their experiences in the haunted mansion had left an indelible mark, shaping their lives and igniting a passion for the unknown. While the echoes of the past would always be a part of them, they had discovered the strength to confront the darkness and bring light to the shadows. And as they ventured into the unknown, they knew that they would forever be linked by the bonds forged within the haunted mansion, an enduring reminder of the triumph of the human spirit over the forces that seek to devour it. The end.